Annyeonghaseyo, this is meowmurai. Let's continue our game of 9 R.I.P. running on Nintendo Switch 2.
お前の温かさに救われる。ありがとう。
His voice seemed to tremble. I'm glad you understand how wonderful you are.
お前は急にドキッとすることを言うんだな。
You're one to talk. You've made my heart jump so many times before, you know.
そうだったのか。全く身に覚えがないが。
Oh, did we save this far back? Okay. I see. Kuroha can be kind of an airhead, but maybe that's why I like him. Wait, this is really where we are? $21.59. Oh, this is $21.54. Oh, this is $111. Okay, well, guess I'm going crazy. As I was thinking that, Kuroha suddenly turned towards the door. What's the matter? Kuroha placed his finger over his lips and spoke.
そこにいるのは誰だ?
He stared directly at the door. I, too, tensed up and turned to face the door. I gripped Kuroha's hand tightly. The handle of the door turned before opening to reveal.
バレちゃった.
Oh, I have read this. Why did it not save through this?
俺もお前に聞きたい。あの会話の最中だけ進路、お前がそうなった詳しい。
Overwhelmed with emotion, I placed my hand over my heart. I sighed and told Kuroha what I neglected to tell him before about my father. I always figured my mother's push for me. Okay, we did read through this. It's interesting that it didn't save this.
それに最近気づき、電話を返して母親に打ち明けたのだな。
I nodded and sighed. I want to find my own future, but I was too late and my feelings complicated things between us. I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a part of me that blamed my mother, but this was the path I chose myself. I need to talk with my mother and understand her feelings. So please don't worry. Kuroha seemed deep in thought, giving me a look of concern.
お前はカラカラさんの噂話を聞いたとき、恐ろしい怪異である俺に寄り添うような言葉をくれた。お前はそういう人間。他者を深く思いやれる心の温かい素晴らしい人間だ。だからこそ心配でもある。帰ってから母親と腰を据えて話したとき、母親の気持ちに寄り添うあまり、自分のことを諦めてしまうんじゃないかって。
He might be right. Kuroha, if you hadn't said that to me just now, I might never have realized it. Things might have happened exactly the way you were worried about. I held Kuroha's hand tightly and tried to smile. Thank you, Kuroha. He sighed deeply and flashed me a relieved smile.
それならよかった。
I need to pull myself together, otherwise you'll keep worrying about me, even after we return to the mortal realm. With that, Kuroha's eyes widened slightly.
成仏に関わるかもな。
What was that?
いや、なんでもない。
We resumed our search for the key, this time rummaging through the teacher's desks instead of just the key box. Finding nothing, we were about to return to the nurse's office.
鍵を探しているときにこれを見つけてな。
Kuroha handed me a blank career survey. Why are you giving me this?
うつしおに戻り再び進路に向き合った時改めてこれに記入できるようにだ。彼岸花が書かれたことで白紙にされてしまっただろう。俺の願いをしっかり込めておいたからきっと大丈夫だぞ。
Your prayers, Kuroha?
お前がこれを書くとき晴れやかな心であるようにそう願いを込めた。この陰鬱とした空間でもたくましく前へ進もうとしているお前なら抱え込んでいる悩みも解決できる。だからきっと俺の願い通りになるぞ。
It was clear Kuroha worried about my future, and it makes me so happy. This printout had such terrible memories associated with it in the mortal realm, but now, thanks to him, it carried a more positive meaning. Thank you. I took the survey and held it close to my heart. I will find my answer and path in life. After I said that, Kuroha gently patted my head. It felt so nice I wished he could keep doing it. But I had to focus on returning now. My feelings were genuine. But when I returned home and wrote on this sheet, he wouldn't be there. Even if he were, I couldn't see or feel him. Could I really leave Kuroha behind and find a way to smile after? What would Kuroha think when we had to part? After walking back to the nurse's office, we saw Yui exiting the library.
遅かったじゃない。ずっと待っていたのよ。
Huh? What do you mean?
聞いていないの？あの少年に呼びに行ってもらったのだけれど。
Kuroha and I exchanged confused glances. The boy did visit us earlier, but did he forget to mention this? It seemed odd he would forget something like this.
まあいいわ。こちらで成果があったのよ。
Did you find the key?
ええ。厳重に保管されていたわ。今、地下室へつながる入り口が開くか確認していたの。それで、ちゃんと開いたわよ。
Oh, that's great. Thank you for finding it. Just as relief washed over me, I felt a dull pain throbbing in my head.
それなら早速行こう。あの少年は地下にいるのか。
Oh, this is bad.
それが、あなたたちを呼びに行ったまま。
My head. It hurts. I couldn't remain standing and I felt... My consciousness slipped away then and there. Hmm.
ミサ、起きたのか。俺の声が聞こえるか。
Kuroha? Huh? When did I fall asleep?
目覚めてくれてよかった。
As I began to recall what happened, my mind slowly started to clear. That's right, I fainted. I slowly sat up, assisted by Kuroha. I'm sorry, I can't believe I passed out like that.
謝らなくていい。それよりも、体調はどうだ？
Much better after getting some rest. I think I was just exhausted.
悪霊の仕業かとヒヤヒヤしていたが、ここの空気のせいだったか。
It sure seems that way. I can tell my body is strained. Though I tried to reassure Kuroha I was fine, that wasn't exactly true. My whole body felt sluggish. But if Kuroha finds out, he'll just worry again. I decided to keep this feeling to myself, but when I tried to get out of bed, Kuroha held my shoulders down.
まだ顔色が悪い。もう少し休んでおけ。無理させたくないんだ。
He noticed. I understand, but I'm not feeling sleepy anymore, so how about we have a little chat together?
そういう願いなら、聞かないわけにはいかないな。
Thank you.
俺のためにも、もうベッドから出ようとしないでくれ。ユイに怒られてしまう。
Huh? Yui?
無理にでも休ませておいてと鋭い目つきで強く言われていてな。あの眼光思い出すだけで身震いする。
Kuroha chuckled, mimicking a shiver as he spoke. That sure sounds like Yui.
ユイが怖いのは今回に限ったことじゃない。
Huh? Really? By the way, where is Yui now?
自身のやるべきことをしにというところだ。実はお前が倒れてすぐ別の悪霊と遭遇してな。
Another wraith?
以前食堂で会った幽霊を覚えてるか。ユイに食ってかかった神殺し事件の被害者なんだが、悪霊になってしまったらしくてな。
Ah. I instantly knew it was the same wraith I met when I was with Hibiki. I remember. Yui must be distraught to learn she turned into a wraith. She probably felt responsible.
ユイなら大丈夫だ。最初の時とは比べ物にならないほどの光を瞳に宿していたからだ。お前に鍛えられたと言っていたぞ。
I see. You're right. I'm sure she'll be okay. I had noticed a change in Yui, too. I shouldn't worry so much. I should trust that Yui knows what she's doing.
実はユイからもう一つ言われていることがあってな。お前を守るだけならいいが恋をするなと。
She said that?
ああ、俺がお前の帰り道を妨げると心配してのことだ。
I wasn't sure if I believed that. I knew Kuroha saw me differently, but neither of us had openly expressed our feelings to each other. Surely we'd be able to part ways without doing so. But is that the way it should be?
聞くが、俺はお前の帰り道の妨げになっているか。
Huh? I hadn't expected him to continue with this topic. To interfere. I couldn't bring myself to say anything else. Was it even right to say anything else?
お前に言わせようとするなんて俺も育児がないな。
Kuroha?
ミサ、よく聞いてほしい。
My heart jumped when he looked at me.
俺はお前を好いている。
Finally, he spoke the words I thought he'd never say. I'd given up that he'd ever say them. Confusion and joy intertwined, making me unable to answer him.
だが聖者と死者とでは歩む道が違う。結ばれない関係だ。同じ思いでも一緒にいられない。俺はお前の姿を見ていられるが、お前の目には俺が映らない。
Wait, he's not saying goodbye to me now, is he?
どうあっても良好な関係は築けず、お前を悲しませる結果となる。
No, please don't say any more. I have feelings for you too. I have feelings for you too. I care about you too, so, I blurted out the word so impulsively, I was at a loss for what to say next. Still flustered, I felt Kuroha's hands brush against my cheek.
ありがとう。同じ気持ちでいてくれて。
Wait, please. I don't want to say goodbye just yet.
別れ？
Isn't that what you're building up to?
なるほど。勘違いさせてしまったか。不可能かもしれないが、それでも一緒にいられる道を探してみないかと相談するつもりでいたんだ。
You should have led with that. The words came out harshly, but Kuroha merely laughed, amused by my reaction. After that, we discussed how we might be able to stay together.
俺としては お前に俺が見えるようになればいいんだが、互いに認識できていれば、たとえ触れられなくとも寂しくないだろう。
True, it would be a shame if we couldn't touch, but it was better than nothing. Right. Mid-sentence, a wave of dizziness and a headache hit me. Not again.
どうしたんだ？まさかまた頭痛が。
I think I need to get some sleep. Kuraha tucked me into bed and covered me with a blanket.
すまない。興奮するあまりお前を気遣えないでいた。本当に申し訳ない。
Please don't say that. You're the reason I've been able to stay sane this whole time. Your love gives me peace.
それなら寝ている間もお前に愛を注ごう。
Kuraha gently stroked my head as he spoke.
おやすみ、ミサ。また後でな。
Yes, good night. As I drifted off, a strange mix of peace and urgency filled me. The headache returning so soon was odd. Could it be the curse was accelerating? I feared my time was running out. When I woke up, I expected him to be there. Kuraha? But he was gone. I opened the curtains, searching the nurse's office, but he was nowhere to be found. Instead,
起きたんだね。もう大丈夫？
I'm sorry for resting so long, but I'm fine now. Thank you. Do you know where Kuraha went?
俺にあんたを任せて出て行ったよ。図書室に入っていくのを見たから地下室にいるのかも。
So this guy's a betrayer, huh? Huh? Why would he go there alone? Thank you. I better follow him. I quickly thanked him and hurried out of the nurse's office.
ごめんね。
Oh, he said, sorry. Why didn't that get translated? I thought I heard the boy say something as I left, but I didn't have time to turn around and ask him. I reached the library and rushed over to the round table. There, in the table's center, was a gap with an open latch leading down, or open hatch leading down. It looked like stairs, but darkness veiled the view. For a moment, I hesitated. I need to be brave. Kuraha was down there. With resolve, I steeled myself and began descending down the stairs. Initially, I thought the stairs were too dark to go down, but a faint light guided me to their base. Kuraha! I called out to him, hoping he'd hear me, yet the darkness gave no reply. Is he really down here? As I neared the light, I emerged into a small open area. Kuraha! In front of an ominous altar stood Kuraha, silent and still. Why'd you come here alone? That's reckless. I was so worried when I woke up. No, something's not right. There was no color in Kuraha's eyes. It was as though he didn't see me, lost in some kind of daze. Kuraha? What's wrong?
俺は何をした？
The phrase sounded eerily familiar.
もしも一度でも振り向いてしまったら、カラカラさんはこう尋ねてくる。
俺は何をした？俺は何をしたんだ？
No, that rumor wasn't true. Kuraha, please get a hold of yourself. I reached out for his arm, but his gaze stayed vacant, fixed on something distant.
ここで俺は何をしたんだ？
It seems Kuraha recognized this place, or it seems Kuraha recognizes this place. Then it hit me. His memory. Could this place be holding the memories of how Kuraha died? Is there a reason you came here? Kuraha didn't reply, his eyes still wandering. He's lost. I should get him out of here. I tugged on Kuraha's arm, preparing to leave.
ひなぎく、その名前に覚えはない？お兄さん。
From the darkness appeared the young boy from before. Hinakiku? What is he talking about?
無反応か。ひどい兄貴がいたもんだ。妹の名前も忘れちゃうなんて。
What are you talking about?
もっと
Kuda, unresponsive until now, seemed to react to that word.
そう。妹。お兄さんは妹のひなぎくちゃんを助けに月神家へ押しかけてきたんだよ。
Huh?
屋敷でひなぎくちゃんを探してたどり着いたのがこの地下祭壇。
He knows Kudaha's story. He knows Kudaha's lost memories? Kudaha! Kudaha collapsed, his head in his hands. I rushed to his side to help him up. Please, he's confused. Please, give him a moment.
今じゃなきゃいけないんだ。あんたがいる間じゃなきゃね。
Me?
あんたがそばにいたらクレハさんは記憶を取り戻しても悪霊化しないかもしれない。ちゃんと記憶を受け止めて正気を保っていられるかもしれないんだ。
Why would he become a wraith if he regains his memories?
あの時月神家で起きた事実を前にして悪霊化仕掛けたから。
Huh? Kudaha almost turned into a wraith? I could hardly believe it.
ねえ、お兄さん、そろそろ思い出してよ。全部、最後の時まで。妹のひなぎくちゃんがここで月神功に首を切られたのをさ、あんた目の前で見てたでしょ。
No. His sister, Hinakiku, she was murdered on this very spot? And Kudaha saw it happen? I started to feel nauseous.
月神功よくもひなぎくを
With that, Kudaha reached for his sword. Kudaha! I held his arm right as he grabbed his sword. He's turning into a wraith? The wraiths in this world are always filled my heart with fear, but seeing someone I cared about turning into one brought a whole new kind of fear. Kudaha! I tried to pull at his arm as hard as I could, but Kudaha continued to draw his sword. I had no choice but to jump on him. Please, snap out of it. Don't do this. The fear that Kudaha might turn his sword on me lingered, but my concern for him outweighed it. Then I felt something warm emanating from the pocket of my uniform. The Khalifa flower petals. Are they having some effect right now? Encouraged by the petals' warm glow, I continued calling out to him. Kudaha! Kudaha! Please, listen to my voice.
殺してやる殺してやる殺してやるひなぎくと同じ目に
Look at me, please.
ひなぎくを殺したこの刀であいつを月神功を
Kudaha, please hear me. Despite my cries, my voice seemed not to reach him. What should I do now? Please let me be close to you. Then I thought I heard a voice.
お前はカラカラさんの噂話を聞いたとき恐ろしい怪異である俺に寄り添うような言葉をくれた温かい言葉をな
Please let me be close to you. Show me your memories. Reaching out, I gently touched his skin, hoping my warmth would convey my emotions. I needed him to feel this warmth, to understand my love and concern for him. I love you, Kudaha. I don't want to lose you. I don't want you to lose yourself. As I brushed against his cold lips, a rush of memories flooded into my mind. One day, my sister Hinakiku, the only family I had left, disappeared. The Skigami estate. Hinakiku worked there, and I would visit her every day. But that day, no matter how long I waited at the mansion's gates, she never appeared. When I inquired with the rest of the staff there, they simply told me she never arrived, which meant Hinakiku was missing. Police investigations were limited in those days. Knowing I couldn't count on them, I resolved to find Hinakiku on my own. Days passed without a trace of her. With nowhere else to go, I once again headed to the Skigami estate. The estate seemed empty, gates locked, suggesting the staff was gone. Then I remembered the events before Hinakuku's disappearance. Yui Skigami also vanished, and Isao Skigami had gone mad, shutting himself off from the rest of the world. The fact that Hinakuku had gone missing at the same time, it all felt too coincidental. Compelled by suspicion, I broke into the mansion. Unlike the extravagant exterior, the inside was cluttered, filled with a dull, heavy atmosphere. I entered a room resembling a study and found a number of frightening materials scattered throughout the room. The nation of gods, spirited away legends, sacrificial ceremony. In addition to the strange materials were mountains upon mountains of handwritten notes. I wondered if the head of the household, Isao Skigami, believed his daughter was spirited away. At least that was the way it seemed. When I left the room, I heard a trembling sound, followed by a terrible scream. My body tensed up, and I started searching for some kind of weapon. I noticed the sword hung on the wall and took it with me before going to the source of the voices. When I arrived there, what I saw before me disgusted me. Hinakiku was placed on an altar with her hands and legs tied up. Next to her was Isao Skigami. My voice trembled with rage. Hinakiku looked as though she'd been tortured. Her face was completely swollen. I drew the sword and ran towards Isao Skigami. Before I could reach him, a bullet pierced my gut. I crawled over to the sword I brought with me, but Isao Skigami got to it first. He had Hinakiku sit atop the altar. At that moment, I thought of all the strange things I'd seen in the library before. With Hinakiku shaking, Isao Skigami slid the sword across her neck. And right in front of me. Her voice garbled with blood. In that moment, I lost the last member of my family. My sister, Hinakiku, was gone. And so my life also ended there as well. Tragedy. Chapter 9. I had seen Kuroha's sad memory, but I saw it to grow closer to him. Even now, I seemed stuck. I seemed stuck in our shared consciousness. That voice. Wake up. And what should I say when I do? I was worried if I could support him the way he needed me to, but either way, I needed to wake up. I wanted to be by Kuroha's side. I opened my eyes. The first thing I saw was Kuroha's worried face. He was looking away, head bowed. I reached out to him slowly, grazing his cheek with my finger. Kuroha. He quickly grabbed my hand, pressing it against his cheek.
よかった。目が覚めたんだな。
That's my line. Looks like you've woken up. I'm glad to see you're back to your old self, though. Kuroha frowned in pain as I smiled.
無様にも俺は欠けていた記憶を前に狂乱した。
It wasn't pitiful. Anybody might have reacted like that. Still, I was at a loss for words. Not knowing what to say, I tried to stand up.
起きても大丈夫なのか。ああ、すまない。気が動転していて、保健室ではなく、ここの机に寝かせてしまっていたな。
It's okay. Thanks for bringing me here. I looked around to see that Kuroha had laid me on top of the reception desk. Trying to get down, Kuroha carried me and placed me gently on the floor. His protectiveness made me laugh. You didn't have to do that. I'm fine, really.
俺の記憶を見たんだろう。頭痛や苦しさがあるんじゃないか。
I'm sorry I looked without asking you first, but I'm fine, so I don't want you to worry. Oh, so was the ghost boy actually Hinagaku?
お前のことだから無理よ。
I mean, he called him brother, so... I said I'm fine. I don't have that same headache right now. I don't think I got it the entire time I was looking at your memories either. After saying that, I pulled out the bag filled with Khalifa flower petals. I suppose I have these to thank for that. It seems like the Khalifa petals protected me. I opened the bag, pulled, but all the petals had withered and turned black.
そうか。それを持ってくれていてよかった。
Kuroha seemed convinced and let out a long sigh of relief. Khalifa flowers can purify darkness, and I believe they helped you too, Kuroha. Seriously, thank goodness for these. I'll have to thank Saya and Yui for them.
そうかもしれないが、俺の中では違う。
Huh?
お前の口づけが闇に染まりつつある心を溶かし、俺にぬくもりと癒しを与えた。
Oh. That's right. I kissed Kuroha then. It was rather uncharacteristically bold of me. I could have touched his skin anywhere. Well, I only kissed you because my voice couldn't reach you.
恥ずかしがることはない。お前は俺を救ったんだからな。あの口づけがなかったら、俺は正気に戻れなかったと思う。まさに愛の力だ。
The power of true love. He spoke so earnestly, I couldn't help but blush.
だから、俺がカリファの腹に感謝するのは、お前を守ってくれたことにだ。
Kuroha took the bag of petals, scattering them over the reception counter.
一片だけでも無事なものがあればと思ったが、見事なまでに全て枯れているな。
Maybe he wants me to keep them for what's ahead. That made me happy, but I can protect myself. I can take care of myself, so we don't need the Khalifa flowers anymore.
お前の強さは信じているが、未だ呪われたままでは安心できなくてな。
Kuroha's worries were understandable. I'm confident that once we discover the name of the spirit in the forbidden room, this mark will disappear. Oh, well, isn't it his sister's name? All I can do now is try to fend off the wraith while keeping my own sanity. I can do it, so don't worry about me, okay?
ありがとう。今の言葉で随分と心が落ち着いた。
In that case,
お前をそばで支えるからな。
in that case, the name would be Hinagaku. As he said this, he gently patted my head. I hope you do. Our smiles met, and I felt momentarily at ease. But I knew we had to get going. There's something I need to ask Kuroha. I think you already know this, but earlier I saw your memories, Kuroha. Does that mean your memory has returned?
なあ、 死の間際まで全て思い出せた。あの少年のおかげというべきか。
Kuroha had long been searching for his memories, but he didn't seem very pleased. That was understandable, though, given what those memories were. No one could be happy about that. Speaking of which, have you seen that boy?
わからないんだ。悪霊化しそうになってからは記憶が曖昧で、正気に戻れた時には消えていた。
I see. In my rush to restore Kuroha's sanity, I missed everything else that was going on around me. But with what we knew now, from the way that boy talked, perhaps I believe that boy might have been murdered before Hinakiku was. I think he witnessed the events as a ghost. Kuroha fell silent, lost in thought. Something else was bothering me too. Kuroha had been inquiring about his death among the school's other ghosts. Did he never talk to that boy before? About that boy. Why didn't he mention your sister, Hinakiku, until now? I simply couldn't understand it.
ああ、俺も同じように考えていた。
When he spoke at the underground altar,
あんたがそばにいたらクレハさんは記憶を取り戻しても悪霊化しないかもしれない。ちゃんと記憶を受け止めて正気を保っていられるかもしれないんだ。
why would he become a wraith if he regains his memories?
あの時月神家で起きた事実を前にして悪霊化しかけたから。
Was it because I was by his side then? That was what I figured, but why was he acting so familiar with Kuroha? From the way they interacted together, it didn't seem like they knew each other well. Well, for now. I guess we won't know any more until we talk to him. Kuroha merely stared at a single point in the silence. I felt bad for interrupting him, but Kuroha, now that you've regained your memory, what about your regrets in crossing over? I was really curious about that.
まだ整理がつかなくてな。今すぐとはいかなそうだ。
I guess that's understandable. You can always talk to me about how you're feeling. I really do want to be there for you. Oh, but I'm not trying to force you or anything. I'm just worried about you. I want you to know you can lean on me.
ありがとう。俺自身寄り添ってほしいと思うのはお前しかいない。
The only one? That makes me happy. Or that makes me so happy.
俺もいつまでもお前に寄り添うよ。この世界がうつしおに戻った後もな。言葉なくともずっとそばにいる。
Even if we can't speak. A sudden dread washed over me. What do you mean by that? Kuroha looked at me with deep longing in his eyes. It felt like I could read his thoughts from that look alone. Are you planning to just say goodbye? But we promised to try and find a way to be together. I took a step towards him. Even if we can't touch, we'll find a way so I can still feel your presence. I grasped Kuroha's collar with both hands and looked up at him. Kuroha gazed down with sorrowful eyes as he gently stroked my head, trying to comfort me.
できることなら一緒にいられる方法を模索したい。だがここの空気とあざの呪いによってお前の体は限界に来ている。それはお前自身も感じるところだろう。
He was totally right, and I was at a loss for words. But we finally opened our hearts to each other. We agreed to find a way to be together. My dreams for our future were shattered, leaving only the deep feelings I had for him.
この世界をうつしおへ戻し、お前を返すことが最優先。こう考えるのを許してほしい。
Kuroha always put me first, and I was grateful to him for that. But it's his kindness that made me fall in love with him. I gently let go of him. Thank you. I'll always remember how kind you were to me, and if I hold on to these feelings, even if I can't sense you, as long as I have my memories of you, my heart will stay strong. Because I love you from the bottom of my heart. Kuroha looked at me, surprised, then smiled warmly.
俺もお前が大好きだぞ。だからそばでずっと見守る。 幸せを願って。
He took my hand and kissed it softly. His cool, gentle breath felt comforting as it graced the back of my hand. I love you, truly. Kudaha led me by the hand as we stepped out into the hallway.
今すぐにでもひなぎくの元へ行き、名乗らせるのがいい。体調的に問題ないか？
I left the library with that intention, but go straight to Hinaikiku? I paused and looked up at Kudaha. So that means the wraith is... Kudaha gazed downward and slowly nodded. I tried to recall what I saw in Kudaha's memories, trying to picture what Hinaikiku might look like. She was wearing that kimono. The image of Hinaikiku and the wraith wearing the same attire merged together in my mind. It really is her. I hadn't realized until now. The kimono had a distinct design, but the revelation was shocking to me.
どうして今まで気づけなかったんだろうな。悪霊となった後、何度か見かけていたのに。
I wonder what made you forget her. I felt in his memories just how much he cared for her. Kudaha's face showed a mixture of confusion and anguish. If we met Hinaikiku now, even if it goes well, after I return to the mortal realm, Kudaha might continue to suffer. How could I have forgotten my sister? I could almost hear him asking myself that. I can't go back to the mortal realm yet, not until this mystery is solved. Kudaha, before we see Hinaikiku, let's visit that boy. There are still some things we need to discuss with him. He might know more about why you lost your memories.
そこまでしなくていい。お前は関わらなくていいんだ。
Huh? Up until now, Kudaha and I had always worked together. We relied on each other.
ひなぎくとのことは俺の問題だ。だから、お前はうつしをへ。
Don't tell me what I need to do. The words just impulsively came out, but I couldn't hold them in any longer. I know you're worried about me. I know that's why you want me to get back to the mortal realm quickly, but I'm just as worried about you. I don't want you dealing with your troubles all on your own after I leave. And what if it happens again? I'm scared you might become a wraith again. A tear slid down my face, proof of just how scared I was for the future. I don't want you forgetting just how much I love you. Upon hearing that, he drew me close.
すまない。お前の気持ちを考えていなくて。俺がお前を思うように、お前も俺のことを思ってくれているんだな。
I'm glad you understand.
ああ、俺も嬉しい。お前の思いの深さを知れてな。
Thank goodness. Relieved, I watched Kudaha murmur.
なあ、一ついいか。ひなぎくは俺の呼びかけに気づいてくれるだろうか。
His earlier warning to stay out of it made this question stir in my heart. I don't know too much about ghosts, but I steadied my thoughts, considering the possibility. Just as my love helped bring you back, maybe Hinaikiku will react to the sound of your voice. I hesitated to say more, not wanting to get his hopes up. But I want to believe in miracles. Is that naive?
そんなことはない。
After a warm smile, Kudaha leaned in and whispered in my ear.
そうだな。お前の思いが俺を正気に戻してくれたように、俺もひなぎくに。
In that moment, I saw a spark of hope in Kudaha's eyes.
ひなぎくのところへ行く前に、あの少年を探そう。ついてきてくれるな。
Of course I will. I won't leave your side as long as I'm here, Kudaha.
ありがとう。本当に。お前の思いが心から嬉しい。お前と出会い、お前を愛せて、これ以上のことはない。お前に愛されたことは何よりも幸福だ。
Okay, well, while we stop it there, this is meowmurai. You've been watching 9 R.I.P. Running on Nintendo Switch 2. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream. I think tomorrow we'll actually finish this path, depending on how much more there is. But yeah, I think all of our choices are done. Or, well, maybe we have 1 or 2 more choices.